Unit 5 GSM channels and services. So we will see the term GPRS now. So GPRS, that is General Packet Radio Services. Long form of GPRS is General Packet Radio Services. So it provides efficient packet mode. GPRS provides efficient packet mode of data transfer, and it is popular because it provides a cost-effective packet service supporting internet application. The General Packet Radio Service provide a packet radio access for mobile global system for mobile communication and time division multiple access, that is TDMA users. So it provide a packet mode transfer for the application that exhibit traffic patterns such as frequent transmission of small volumes, for example typical web request, or infrequent transmission of small or medium volumes. So compared to the existing data transfer services, the GPRS should use the existing network resources more efficiently for packet mode application. It also allows broadcast, multicast and unicast services. The GPRS specifications are written by the European Telecommunication Standard Institute, the European counterpart of American National Standard Institute. The GPRS will expand in both vertical and horizontal market where high-speed data transmission over wireless network is a need. A GPRS network support many of new applications ranging from e-commerce to mobile corporate VPN access. The network provider typically support this model by charging an volume and not an connection time, as is usual on traditional GSM data services. So the GPRS allows the short bursty traffic like email, web browsing, etc. No dial-up modem connection is essential for GPRS. The GPRS devices can be connected very fast and it provides feeling of being always on. Hence, the GPRS devices are called always connected. It allows other services like unicast, multicast, and broadcast. So the main concept of GPRS is for the new GPRS radio channel, the GSM system can allocate between 1 and 8 time slots within a TDMA frame. The time slots are not allocated in a fixed predetermined manner but on demand. All time slots can be shared by the active users. Up and downlink are allocated separately. The allocation of the slots is based on the current load and operator preference. Depending on the coding, the transfer rate of up to 170 kilobit per second is possible. For GPRS, the operator often reserve at least a time slot per cell to guarantee a minimum data rate. So, first we will see, before going to the GPRS architecture, we will see the features of GPRS. The features of GPRS are it overlays on the existing GSM network to provide a high speed data services. The GPRS devices can be connected very fast and it provides a feeling of being always on. Hence, the GPRS devices are called always connected. Also, depending on the coding method, it is possible to have a data rate up to 150 kbps with GPRS. The GPRS is independent of the characteristic of the radio. It is also independent of the characteristic of radio channel. GPRS support point-to-point packet transfer service and point-to-multi-point packet service. Also, the GPRS support demand-based time slot allocation. The system has the ability to offer a data speed of 14.4 kbps to 771.2 kbps, which allows the comfortable internet access. It is designed to support a bursty application like email, traffic telemetry, broadcast services, and web browsing. It follows three types of data services. One is WAP, that is wireless application protocol. It uses WML, that is wireless markup language, and a WAP gateway. It is a data bearer service over HTTP protocol. Also SMS, that is short message service, and MMS, that is multimedia messaging service. It is a next generation messaging service. Video, audio, picture or clip can be sent through MMS. The GPRS based network have high bandwidth. WAP means wireless application protocol, SMS means short message service, and MMS means multimedia messaging service. The GPRS based network have high bandwidth, and the security services provided by the GPRS are authentication, access control, user information confidentiality, and user identity security. Next we will see the GPRS architecture. So, next GPRS system architecture. The architecture introduces two new network elements which are called GPRS support node, that is GSN. All the GSN are integrated into the standard GSM architecture and many new interfaces have been defined. The gateway GPRS support node is the interworking unit between the GPRS network and the external packet data network. This node contains routing information for GPRS user and it performs the address conversion and tunnel data to a user via encapsulation. So the GPRS provide many services without restricting the data rates of transmission. The service precedence, namely high, low, normal, reliability, class, throughput, and delay, are determined by QoS profile. For the voice calls, the GPRS system uses the GSM architecture. However, for packet data transmission, the GPRS include a new set of network node called an GPRS support nodes. The main function of the GSM is to route and deliver the data packet between the packet data network and the mobile station. The GPRS support two support nodes. These are SGSN, that is serving GSM, and GCSN, that is gateway GSM. So this diagram shows the GPRS architecture. So in this diagram, the SGSN means what? Serving GSM. BSS is base station subsystem. SGSN we have seen. Then CGSN is gateway GSN. Then MSC, it is mobile switching center. Then HLR is home location register. VLR is visitor location register, and EIR is equipment identity register. So the GGSN is connected to the extreme network, that is for example IP or X25 via G interface, and transfer packets to the SGSN via an IP based GPRS backbone network. The other new element is the serving GPRS support node, which support the MS via GB interface. For example, the request user addresses from the GPRS register and keeps the track of the individual MS location. It is responsible for collecting a billing information. The GR, which is typically a part of the HLR, stores all the GPRS relevant data. So before sending any data over the GPRS network, an MS must attach to it following the procedure of the mobility management. So the attachment procedure includes assigning a temporal identifier, which is called as a temporal logical link identity, and ciphering key sequence number for data encryption. For each MS, the GPRS content is set up and stored in the MS and in the corresponding HGSN. This context comprising the status of the MS, that is mobile station, which can be ready, idle or standby, a flag indicating if compression is used, and routing data. In idle mode, an MS is not reachable and all context is deleted, and in the standby state only movement across routing areas is updated to the HGSN but not the changes of the same. Only in the ready state every movement of the MS is connected to the HGSN.